Well, we're back again. I believe this is episode 12. We are here to talk today about Bollywood. Um, we had a really cool session last week where we caught up on a lot of genres and we kind of did a lightning round. So this is going to be our first time going back in to talk a little more specifically about one topic. And in addition to our usual guest, Bob, we are also joined today by Shree, who actually put together this list for us and is a lot more familiar with Bollywood and the movies and everything. So, hi, Shree.
Hey guys, how's it going? Glad to be here.
Glad to have you with us. All right, Bob. So, our side, I guess, I didn't make this list. So, Shree, do you have any questions for us as we dive in?
I don't have any questions, but if you guys do, then go right ahead.
I do.
Okay, go
I
for
do
it.
for sure. So, as I set off on this music journey early in this year, I wanted to explore music that I am not familiar with, and this is one that was definitely outside of my purview. Like I've seen maybe two Bollywood movies in my whole life, and so I have little exposure to it. And so, I'd be interested, Sri, in hearing your background in the area, what draws you to it, what kind of drove that list. Just kind of, enlighten me to your thought process.
Yeah, for sure, guys. So I have been a huge Bollywood fan pretty much ever since I was very young. I have also, learned how to speak Hindi from around that same time period. So oftentimes I will, tell people that I am bilingual and I am fully fluent in Hindi. And uh, that's pretty much why I chose this genre because um, it's probably something that you guys are not that familiar with. And I'm sure there were plenty of others from previous episodes that you guys were not familiar with. So, um, yeah, this is something that is uh, really, really passionate for me because Bollywood music, there are like so many different songs out there that have so many different meanings and that have their own, I guess, in a sense, feeling that when you listen to them, they make you feel a certain type of way. And the way that you can kind of interpret that in the best way is also if you kind of have a little bit of background knowledge of the movies that they come from. Now, unfortunately, I know for you guys, you couldn't watch like 60 movies. That would have been a little too excessive. But for the most part, the songs in this playlist are from movies that I have seen. Some of them are from movies I have not seen, but I know are like very, very popular songs, including the artists who have sung these songs. Like, for example, Lata Mangeshkar, Asha Bhosle, uh, a lot of the older songs and the newer songs have this kind of vibe about them, and that's pretty much why I chose this genre for you to listen to, and I am really hoping that you like it.
I did really like it more than I thought I was going to initially. And based on what you said, I have two long-winded questions that I'll just crack off real quick. My wife and I were talking about this, and we were taking guesses at the language, and you mentioned Hindi, and so is all of it in Hindi? I mean, there's a little bit of English sprinkled in there, but is there any other language beyond those two? And then oh, so Bollywood makes me think of the movies, and it sounds like all of them are tied to a movie. Uh, so could you confirm that? Because we were talking about Motown, and I was like, well, that was a specific studio, a production group, right? But then kind of grew to be a bigger thing. And so I wondered if there's a difference or they're all tied to movies.
Okay, so to answer your first question, Bob, all of the songs are pretty much in Hindi. Obviously, as you said, there is a little bit of English sprinkled into some of them. But for the most part, they are in Hindi. And I believe one of the songs in the playlist is a dubbed version because the original song is in a language from the southern part of India, like South India, called Telugu. And that movie, if you guys look at the playlist, is song number 37. And the movie is called RRR. And the song
That's
is called...
one of the two that I have seen for sure.
Yeah. And I think Vi wanted to see it too. And yeah, so the song in the Hindi dub version is Nacho Nacho, and that basically means like dancing. So it has to do, excuse me, it has to do with dancing. And the movie itself actually is about pre-independence India. So you will probably see, like, if you do a little bit of research, that a lot of Bollywood movies out there are pre-Indian independence related. And I even saw a series recently that was about pre-Indian independence. I think I told Vi about that on Sunday. But that one is like a little bit more harrowing-ish in general, so I'm not 100% sure if you both would like that very much. But and then to answer your second question, Bob, sorry, remind me again what it was.
If all of these songs are related to movies, or has Bollywood as a music genre grown beyond the movies?
Right, yeah, okay, so yes, all of the songs in this playlist are from a movie, but there are Hindi songs that are recorded by artists that do not come from movies, and that's like completely different. Is I didn't really think you guys would be into that very much, and with Bollywood, a lot of people typically generalize that to the movies and stuff, because Bollywood is basically like the same exact thing as Hollywood, but for India specifically.
Nice. I'm glad you called out Nacho Nacho, because of the two that I think I've seen, RRR is one of them. And Violet, if you have not seen it, you should make a point. That movie is amazing.
I know, it's
fantastic.
It's definitely on the list, so I'm gonna find some time to make sure that gets watched. And if you know anything about me, probably join the Discord, because I'll probably be watching it there. Pull it up on my tablet from that.
It's a long movie, but it is worth every minute of it. It's, okay. I'd always heard or seen what's online about Bollywood movies sometimes being over the top, and this one is done so intentionally that it's fantastic. It's so good. It's almost like tall tale-ish at times, but also a bromance basically.
Gotcha. All right, that's really good to know.
It's very good.
It's interesting to me. I was a little bit concerned going into this playlist because we had previously done one where we kind of went outside of musical genres for what I had requested, which was a songs made for movies. And a lot of these, while maybe not directly made for movies, are taken from that same kind of vein where these are soundtracks to movies. And Bollywood, like Shree said, is a location. It's movies, and it's India's equivalent of Hollywood. It's very large scale. The movies are all over the place, crossing multiple genres. The songs are crossing multiple genres. So we have love songs, we have dance numbers, we have fight songs, we have action songs. Like, it is all over the place, and it's this big journey. And I was a little bit concerned going into it because there are some very specific subsets within it. But I kind of like that we went here because it is something that's still new to both of us. And if we want to, we can explore deeper into those areas at a later point in time to get into that. And that's like, if we get into like Bagra, which is more like the happiest music on earth just to dance to. You've got Shree shared with me, I didn't know about this, but item number songs. I was like, what, like barcodes? She's like, no. Item numbers are like in a movie when the like gorgeous love interest is introduced. They play these songs they call item number songs, and it's like her theme song almost. Like it's a, you know, kind of a love song, kind of a hot girl making an entrance in a club kind of thing. It's like in between there somewhere. And so that actually is an entire subset. And when I originally looked up like Bollywood music, and I was just like, what is Bollywood music? And a bunch of the descriptions just came back with, yeah, it's Hindi music. And I was like, there is so much more to it than that. But I felt that this was a really good way to get introduced to it, like we did with others, where it's giving that snapshot of a culture. So I was glad that we actually listened to it this way.
I think if we're looking at that snapshot of a culture, I think it's good to have a guest curator of the list. I think either of us would not have put together a good list. So thank you, Shree, for putting some actual thought into the list. It's helpful.
Completely
You're
agreed.
welcome.
Yeah, one of the other things that I think is really interesting about what I have seen, and Shree knows, we talked about this a little bit as well, is that I haven't seen any Bollywood movies that I can remember from beginning to end. And it's possible I've watched a lot of movies over the years, so maybe, but mostly I've watched music videos or seen parts of shows. And I haven't just sat down to watch one. So I need to make a point to do that. Apparently RRR needs to be right up there on the list. Shree also shared one with me the other day where I was like, give me a romance story. And she was like, can you be more specific? So we've got kind of a Romeo and Juliet-esque one to watch in the near future there as well. So we'll get a little bit of that out there. But when I see the scenes, when I see like the dancing scenes and the fight scenes and the way that they play out, it reminds me a lot of like the movies of the 1940s and 50s, where we have a lot of those old musicals. You get like, you know, Burl Ives, like all of that kind of stuff. And this is really in line with a lot of the, not the filming techniques, but the acting, the storytelling, the way scenes are presented.
Mm-hmm.
So I see a lot of that in the Bollywood movies, and I think that comes through with the music as well.
Absolutely.
Bob just looked something up, so there's a challenge in those eyes. What have you got?
There was no challenge or anything. No, I was just trying to think. I was trying to connect some of the thoughts that Shree was mentioning around like the independence in India and the timing of a lot of these films, and trying to connect it a little bit into that. But I don't think a lot of that timeline matches up as well as I would hoped. But I was just, that's what that look was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think overall, I really dug the list, right? Like it was a wide span of, you know, romantic to dance songs, as you mentioned there, Violet. But like, I felt that the language barrier was less of a barrier in this music than, say, when we did Schlager music, right? Like that was hokey. Whereas this, I could really listen to the voices as an instrument. And I feel a lot of the artists use their voice in a way that's not common in Western music. And so it was it was really nice to hear and to mix things up.
That's a great way to describe it, because it does sound, it's very musical in the singing, where it's not like the same patterns that we're used to hearing, just in a different language. It does take on its own thing. It stands out from the music as well. And I've talked about this probably more offline, but the contrast or similarity to the voice and the music is something that I find really important. A lot of times in Western music, we'll have the bass and the guitar and all of these things, and the voice laid in, and they're all singing or playing in a very similar key, in a very similar octave, and they kind of blend together. And I really love it when they're in a different octave or a different key, so that the voice can stand out and it can float on top of the music. On these songs, just about every single one of them, it did just that.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Favorite and least favorite songs.
So this is where I copped to this earlier before the stream to Shreeya, but like, I didn't know that we were going to have our playlist author with us. Otherwise, I would have taken notes. I did not. And so when you told me today, I had that moment of, oh, crap, I'm going to seem unprepared. So I will say, I don't think there's a single song on this list that I was like, oh, done, skip it, right? Like, I think I enjoyed all of them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Fi and I last week were talking about how music affects our mood and vice versa and everything. This seemed to go well in most background situations or as I was trying to do something. So I don't have a great answer for you. I did really dig that Nacho Nacho song, but one of the things I did call out in my short prep for this is Chalk to India, I think is the name of the song. And it, at a specific part in the first half, gave me Final Fantasy VII vibes for some reason. And so it sent me back to the 90s, and I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that movie, Chak De India, is basically so Shah Rukh Khan is like this big actor, and he's in a lot of the movies of the songs that are in the playlist. And
Is that the person that's like on the cover of it? Is that the big head guy?
yeah, him.
Okay.
In this specific movie, so he's supposed to be a field hockey player.
That's the team.
For Team India, but they somehow believe that he did something to sabotage Team India winning, because they were playing against Team Pakistan, and his character in the movie is supposed to be like a Muslim man, and he basically gets like outcasted because of this, and he has to like leave his home with his mother. And eventually what happens is that he creates a field hockey team with all girls field hockey team, and he becomes their coach. So he's kind of doing this in a way to redeem himself. And you haven't seen that movie, have you?
But no.
No, okay. It's pretty good. I think you guys would enjoy it, but I know Vi, at least, you're not really that into sports very much. And yeah, I generally, it's a pretty good movie. I think you two would like it. If you ever want to check it out, you should.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks good. And real quick, I found it's about 1 minute and 20 seconds into that song. That little bit sounds like Final Fantasy battle music to me. Just a little bit.
Really?
Even right at the beginning.
20 seconds.
Yeah, right at the beginning, it's a really powerful song. And I'm looking at the picture now and I see the soccer team and hearing that, just
hockey.
listening to it, I would not have guessed soccer.
No.
Like that is not where my mind goes with the audio on this. So that's really cool. And I think I may have had the visual of the little video clip up the other day when I listened to this. So I knew there were some soccer songs. There's, like I said, some fighting songs, some dancing songs. There's a lot that's all over, and it's all like really high energy. It's funny that this is the one you went to because it was probably where I was going to go as well. I was trying to see what other one is on one of my playlists, because there actually is one other song that was on my playlist, and I don't know that I knew it before.
Why?
Yes.
It's not soccer.
It's not soccer?
Field hockey.
No.
It's football. Oh, it's field hockey. Oh, okay.
Field hockey.
Sorry.
Wow, and I thought you were gonna screw up with the name pronunciation.
You know me better than that.
Sure. Sure.
No, you're good. The other one that kind of caught my ear, and I really enjoyed it, and then I felt that it went about 2 minutes too long at the same time, which is it's a weird combo, but here I'll mispronounce something for you so you can help me out. Chole Cholo.
Chale Chalo. Okay, so that is also another movie that is taking place in pre-independent India.
Okay.
And it basically takes place in a small village in India, and Amir Khan is the lead actor.
Can I pause to make a quick guess? Just looking at the visuals, is there a pretty significant cricket scene? Did we pick another sports movie somehow?
There is.
A cricket battle in a small village.
Yes, against the British.
Even better.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Wow, how did you know that, Bob?
I have it on Spotify because Violet, this is another song that stuck out to me, but like they just have the little visuals there, and for like 2 bits of it, it shows
him
someone,
pitching,
doing a pitch, and I was like, wait a minute, how did we land on this?
Yeah. So Shree, a while back, you asked me
cricket, bowling. The person was bowling. I think
bowling.
Is the right term. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Bob.
Well, you had asked me before about why I knew some references to some Hindi music and some Indian cultures and some pronunciations, because obviously there's a lot that I butcher, but there were a few things that I knew just that popped up on the stream. And Bob and I worked together for a number of years at Microsoft, and that was one of the places where things kind of shut down during the Cricket World Cup, or is that what it's? I think it's the Cricket World Cup, and
both World Cups, the football one as well.
Yeah, and not only does it shut down, the cafes on campus become watch parties, 24-hour a day watch parties for the sport, and so they actually become full in the middle of the night. So you get up in the morning and you'd go to work and everyone is just there watching cricket. And so you kind of get this glimpse into other cultures and things that are still important, especially when people, are taken away from their homes and need to find that community and solidarity again. That was one of the pieces. So that's how we know cricket. But you know that I also know it because of working as a developer alongside of some folks of Indian descent, and them sharing some of their favorite songs with me as they hear my music blasting from my headphones. And so it's not my first time listening, but I do need to definitely watch some of these shows.
And movies.
Yes.
Yeah. And to hit on the previous point you made, Violet, with the song being a bit long, this was one of our longer playlists. Like it was,
absolutely,
into the 5-hour mark. Yeah.
Well, like listening to this song, what I really liked about it is the rhythm, that there was enough of a beat that I was like, okay, I'm grooving to this. I was driving to the pet store actually when I was listening to this, and I'm pulling into the parking lot and I'm turning it up because I am just really enjoying this. And then I'm driving around looking for a parking spot. And the whole song has been like this building and this heavy bass drum and this like storytelling that's happening in the lyrics. And even though I don't understand it, there's something happening here and something building. And then the last probably 90 seconds is just them saying the name of the song over and over again. And the beat doesn't change again. And it's just this repetitive thing. And I was like, wait, like this should have faded out like 80 seconds ago. There's no reason to continue like this. And I don't know if there is a cultural reason, if it's tied to maybe a scene in a movie and the scene was still going, so they kept it going, or what. But it went from a lot of variety to all of a sudden being very repetitive and not having another change up. And you know me, I don't like songs that go over 60 seconds without a change. So I need it to do something. And it was, and it's funny because it is one of the ones I enjoyed the most and also had a downside to it.
As I'm listening to it, and we're talking about movies and everything, this is again a wild guess. It feels like a song over credits. That in the beginning, it's a little more engaging while you get the main credits, the big names. And as it fades out and does that kind of repetitive, it feels deeper in the again, just a guess, but that's the vibes it gives me.
That would not surprise me.
It was not a credit song.
Okay.
Sorry, Bob.
Fair enough.
That's all right.
But I'm looking at the lyrics right now. And Vi, you were talking about like how powerful the song sound.
Yeah.
And this scene in the movie is basically where like all of the Indian villagers are training for the big cricket match against the British. And so the first 4 lines or the first 4 lyrics. So in Hindi they say bar bar ha bolo yaar ha apni jeet ho unki haar hai. And what this basically means in English is the first line is, again and again say this my friend, may victory be ours and defeat be theirs.
All right.
Nice. That's good to know.
Very, very cool.
Okay, so before I go to ask Vi what her favorite and least favorite, Bob, did you have like a least favorite, or was it just this Chale Chalo one that you thought was like way too long?
Oh no, that was me saying that stuff.
It is a 6-minute long song, but like it didn't drone on for me like it did for Violet. I don't think there's anything I dislike on this list. I don't know that I could identify one as least favorite. It's all pretty good.
I can.
That was firm.
I'm prepared for this, and no, this is fine. I'm gonna play it because I just think this is funny, and for anyone that's watching on Twitch, they can listen in on this. And if you do listen along to the playlist, the 53rd song.
There's actually no one watching on Twitch right now.
Shh. I'm not even paying attention to that, but it doesn't surprise me.
Really? Sorry, I didn't clock this.
Are you listening to it now?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so tell me what you didn't like about this song, Vi.
So I have mentioned this before. When I was a teenager, I got really into Celtic music, and my mom wanted to connect with me and get me an album of Celtic music, and she got me a CD that was Celtic covers, the songs of Roy Orbison.
I don't know who that is.
That's okay. He's the one who sings the song Pretty Woman. And when the chorus came in for this, it is Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison done in Hindi. And it just like my soul sank.
Oh God.
Your sweet, sweet mother. My goodness.
She meant so well. It is not a bad song. So I'm not saying that it's like bad or that there's anything wrong with this playlist. Just my own bias. This song came on and I was like, oh God, no.
Well, hopefully the other songs that were from that movie in the playlist
Were
were
wonderful.
better.
Yeah, no, those were great.
Okay, good. So
Are you trying to hear it?
It just clicked into the chorus there, and I didn't clock that at all this week.
Wait until you get to the 2-minute mark.
Oh, I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah. When that guitar riff comes in and you're like, oh no, it fully is.
Oh,
You know what?
yeah. I kind of like this version better.
I do too. It's a much better version. Like, yeah, if I'm going to compare apples to apples here, like, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Shree.
Like your least favorite song by?
Yes. And like I said, it's a personal bias thing. It's not a diss at the song. It's a me thing. But that is definitively my least favorite here.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't like it.
No, you're good.
Okay, what was your most favorite then? Because I was asking you about this.
Yeah.
I think on Sunday or Monday, and you wouldn't tell me.
You're right. I wouldn't. Go ahead, Bob.
I'm going to help you out, Violet. I'm going to delay your answer a little bit further. Shree, what are your favorite and least favorite on this list? I'd like to hear your input.
Flipping it.
Don't judge me here, but all of them are my favorite.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, why else would I add them to the playlist? Would I add a song that I hate to the playlist? Hello.
I mean, there's been some genres in here that I've had to pick songs that I definitely know I don't like just because I was exploring them. But okay, all right. So maybe no dislikes. I can match you there because I didn't do any. But like, are there any go-to on this that you like? If you had to pick 3 out of the list that you had to keep forever and the rest disappeared, what are your 3?
Oh Lord, Bob.
Yeah, that's a hard challenge.
Oh my God. I don't think I can answer that because like majority of these songs on this playlist I have on my phone right now.
Okay.
So that's where I got them from.
All right, maybe if I flip it in a different direction. If somebody only had 10 minutes to understand this music and you had maybe 2 songs that you would tell them to listen to. I'm going to keep trying to phrase the question in different ways to see if I can get a top out of you.
Nope, it's too hard to answer that, Bob, because this genre is very, very vast. And there's too many songs that have too many different genres about them. And it's very hard to break it down into like 2 songs to fully get the feel of Bollywood music in general. So I unfortunately can't answer that no matter how many times you twist it around.
All right, I'll retract my question then. We can go back to your question you had for Violet. Hopefully she's had enough time to think.
Well, I didn't need any more time to think. I was looking over the list to see if there was anything else that I was kind of missing here from what I was just seeing. And Chale Chalo was actually me saying what was my favorite song out of the playlist. Before I said that, yeah, it kind of droned on at the end, but it was the one that caught my ear the most. It was the one that really got me moving the most. Chak De India definitely was right up there with it. There was a big chunk in the middle here where Shree, you probably have some more insight because we were listening to it while painting on Sunday. So
Yeah.
you got to see me tapping my foot along with a little bit there. But yeah,
Wait, did I?
you did if you were watching. But we talked a little bit about it there.
I don't get to see your feet. Excuse me. I thought streamers don't have lower bodies.
That's right. Streamers don't have lower half. We know that. But no, I really appreciated this list across the board. Probably my favorite song before we started this list. If I had to just like, if somebody had to ask me about Bollywood songs and were like, hey, what do you like? I would have picked Jai Ho, which you didn't put on this list. So I appreciated that as well. That it did just give me a chance to get completely out into songs that I hadn't heard.
Okay, so you have seen Slumdog Millionaire, right?
Nope.
What?
Have not seen it. Just know the song. I listen, I don't watch. We've kind of talked about this. I have a very hard time sitting still and watching something. I have to do something else. So with miniatures, that's helped because I can sit here and put together miniatures or paint minis. So I have a bunch of plastic all over my desk right now. Sounds
diagnosable, Violet.
Look, I work on the text side of therapy and I talk to therapists all the time and I have to read them. I try to not let them read me too much.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a little variety of neurodivergence in there somewhere, I'm sure. If I talk to a doctor, they would probably say, here's some medicine. And I say, nah, I'll just continue with my, let's have everything overstimulate me and let's listen to 5 different things at the same time. And then really obsess over music. That's a much better way for me to exist.
I've got no room to judge you on that front.
Is that why you always have so many tabs open on your browser?
Yes. That and I can never set anything down.
Good to know.
Yep.
All right. Do you guys have any more questions for me? Because I don't think I do.
I do. I would like to know of another Bollywood movie that I should watch. I will admit, I'm not a huge fan of romance, so whatever you recommended to Violet, I would probably pass on. I like comedies, action films, those kind of more like simple themes and whatnot. But what's a movie or two you think I should watch?
Oh Lord, Bob, this is worse than what you previously asked me.
Let me put it this way. I've been going through, again, that diagnosable thing there, Violet. Another adventure I've been doing is I've been going through all the MCU movies and like rating them on various things. And so I'm in a couple of weeks of about 20 some odd Marvel films at this point, and I have several left to go. I could use some variety in the middle.
Okay. Let me think about this. So you absolutely do not want any romance, Bob, correct?
I'm not anti, but like, I don't want a whole movie of romance. Like, it tends to get a little long in the tooth if it's just that.
Oh God. Okay. Let me think. I'm trying to see if I can find something in here that would be good enough for you.
Like, I really dug RRR, as I was mentioning earlier. That movie was fantastic. You know, I don't know if there's any others that are like that, but I'd be open to it.
I'm sure there are, but I don't really watch South Indian movies very much, so I don't have any more to offer you.
Okay.
Okay.
If you need to take some time to think about it, we can go back to it later. You can send Violet a text and get to me if it's something needs some thought on. But I'd like to explore these kind of movies
I
in the
know,
future.
but I'm just thinking, like, I don't know if you will like this or not, because I don't even know you that well, Bob. So like, I know Vi better than I know Bob. So
Fair. I don't know that it needs to be that deep, but I get where you're coming from. But yeah, if you're just like, you know what, this one made me laugh and I enjoyed it, share it. I think that's going to probably set us in the right direction. And we are going outside of what we normally watch, what we normally consume. So, whether it's the music,
Okay.
the language, there's a lot of barriers here to break down and to give it a try. So, I will say, I think it's interesting to go with comedy. And the reason why I don't tend to go comedy with a language I don't know is comedy is all about timing. Captions do not respect comic timing.
And there's a lot of cultural differences in humor.
There
as
are,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. And
But
if,
it'll
if
still
it
be good.
helps at all, Shree, like, I'm very picky about music, as I'm sure you've seen over the past. I am not when it comes to movies. I am open to most things. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll watch it. I'll give it a whirl.
okay, if I'm looking through this, I don't think I really have that many comedy based movies in here, because sometimes if there is a comedy movie, then it also does have like romance in
Sure.
there. So plus a lot of the comedy movies that are out there, they're kind of like really really stupid, or like really really silly, and I'm not sure if you'll enjoy that very much, or if you'll just be like, what the hell am I watching?
I love some stupid movies. My wife and I compared our because we like two different kinds of stupid movies. Like, she was going to go see the Naked Gun movies. That's not my kind of stupid. I really enjoyed Happy Gilmore 2 and like Polish. I can get down with some dumb movies. So like, that's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I could suggest one movie series. Um, so I can type it in. Bob, you don't have the stream open, do you?
I can do here in a moment. Just a second.
Yeah, I could like type it in the chat, so that you can either take a screenshot, take a picture with your phone, or.
Here you go. I am now in the stream's chat.
Okay, so one of the ones that I can think of that is like really, really goofy in a sense is called Three Idiots.
Okay. That definitely sounds like my speed.
Okay, and another one I could think of that is also along that range of like really goofy comedy is called Golmaal. And you can like Google that or Wikipedia it or whatever. But so that word Golmaal translates directly to chaos in English. And it is a there are 3 sequels. So you want to start off with the one that was released in 2006.
Okay.
Then there was the second part released in 2008. The
Okay.
third part was released in 2010, and the fourth part was released in 2017.
Oh, that's quite the
And
gap.
yeah, I know. And I believe these movies are available either on like Amazon Prime, Netflix. I believe part 1 and part 2 are available on QB TV. I don't know if you've
Okay.
heard of that.
I have.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I think actually, okay, at least the first three parts are available on QB. But part four that was released in 2017, I am not able to find it anywhere. So
Okay.
you would have to, I think I told Vi about this website actually that had a bunch of Bollywood movies like on it. In Hindi and in other languages too. So I'm gonna type it in the chat.
I'm
I was
liking
just
these-
looking at the same time, just searching for it, and the fourth part is on YouTube TV.
Okay. I like these
Yeah, but
recommendations because they.
probably, you would probably have to buy that, right?
I have no idea because I wasn't trying to play it.
I mean, if you just go
Oh,
to this website,
I didn't even click over to YouTube. I didn't even leave the search engine. It's playing.
It's
So
it's like
yeah, it's
100%
lots of ads,
watch it.
but it's up there.
Yeah, you just have to watch out for the really annoying ads and pop-ups that keep happening. But other than that, you'll have like the subtitles and the full movie and all that. So go ahead and check it out.
I appreciate that. I like that. And I think these ring a little closer to my style than you may imagine because Three Idiots, the work chat I have with my two closest work friends that I go disking with Violet, our text chat is called Dumb and Dumberer for three people because we're crazy. And then my chosen name at the moment for my fantasy football team is Here for Chaos because I like things to be random and odd. So, okay, yeah, I'd love to check these out.
Awesome. And if you want to ask me any more questions or anything like that, we can always add each other as a friend on Discord. And whatever questions you have, or maybe your wife has, since you also talked to her about this, send them my way.
Sounds like a good idea, and I appreciate that. Thank you for that.
You're very welcome. And I did just send you a Discord friend request. So,
See that?
yeah.
And we are now friends. Excellent. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Fantastic.
So is that it? I mean, are we done?
That's pretty much it. Usually, yeah, at this point we talk about a couple of things, which is our rating and any final thoughts.
Right.
And then we move on to the next week. So, Bob, what would you rate this?
I gave this a B. I liked it. You know, like I could see myself coming back to this list and digging it again. Like I said, there's no tracks that I disliked. I mean, it's not the S tier for me. It's not like I can't die. You know, I can't wait to listen to it again. But like, I did listen to this list more than I have some of the previous weeks, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh, good.
I have been very much in line with you on this list, and I am also going with a B. Like I said, I had a little bit of exposure to some of the variety of music before going into this list, so I knew a little bit of what we were getting into, but not to this depth, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the variety that we had, that we went from the older, more rustic recordings through modern recordings, that we went through more emotional songs into dance. It just really scratched a lot of itches, and I definitely could also see myself dipping back into this list or expanding out to listen to some more. I mean, the fact that we're talking about, hey, let's watch some movies in this same realm, says a lot from that, because we're going to continue not only to explore the audio journey, but also the storytelling of the culture behind this music. So I think that speaks really well to it. And yeah, not an S, but still really far up there.
Yeah, and if you watch the movie, it'll like show the song at the exact scene of where it is being played or being sung. And once you have more of a general gist or like a feel of the movie, you will also probably understand what this song is really about, especially if you have the English subtitles on.
All
Nice.
right.
I look forward to it.
Yay.
All right. And Bob, what have we got up next?
So it was going to be one of two genres. Like I mentioned, Motown earlier was the first one. I was like, ooh, not bad. But that might be a future list. What I ended up going with for this week was doo-wop songs. My wife and I are going to go on another little mini vacation, and so I wanted something that she would enjoy too. And she threw it out there, and at first I was going to be like, really? And then as I started scrolling through the list, I was like, oh no, I like this a lot more than I would have expected. So we're gonna take a trip back to the past and listen to some doo-wop.
Very nice.